Good morning, Radical students. This is Miss Staggers here, ready to bring you your timeline. All right, you ready to go? Let's get doing it. All right, today we have World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. The United Nations formed. The Cold War. Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established. Mao and communist victory in China. All right, while I hang these up, why don't you listen to the timeline song real quick.
World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. The United Nations formed. The Cold War. Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established. Mao and communist victory in China.
All right, great job, guys. Great listening, great watching. Now we're going to go ahead and learn our motions for this week's timeline. All right, are you ready? We're going to start with World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Next, we're going to go with Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. You're doing great. Let's go ahead and walk through the rest of the timeline before we move on with more motions. Okay? United Nations formed. The Cold War. Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established. Mao and communist victory in China. Great, we made it through. All right, let's add two more hand motions. Let's go ahead and do United Nations formed. Did you do that? Great job. The Cold War. Brr. Think we can do it from the beginning? I bet you can. All right, here we go. World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. The United Nations formed. The Cold War. Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established. Mao and communist victory in China. Great. Are you guys ready to learn the last ones? Awesome. All right. So the last ones we're going to do are, let me see if I can remember, Gandhi and India's independence. You're going to point to your forehead. All right. And then we're going to do Jewish. We're going to hold our hand up like we do for Israel. State established. Great. You're doing good. All right. Next we're going to make an M with our hands for Mao and communist victory in China. You guys did great. Let's see if we can do the whole song before we add some music. Ready? World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. The United Nations formed. The Cold War. Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established. Mao and communist victory in China. Do you think we can do it with a song? I bet we can. All right, here we go. Let's add some music.
Give me a minute.
Oh, the music's taking a second. Technical difficulties on our end.
Nope. Closed down on me. Otherwise I'd have it. Sorry, my bad.
All right, just a little bit of technical difficulties, but not that big a deal. Sometimes we have issues.
World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. The United Nations formed. The Cold War. Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established. Mao and communist victory in China. North Atlantic Treaty Organ.
Oh, the music went a little further than it was supposed to, didn't it? That's okay. Let's try it one more time and let's see how good we can get. Ready? Here we go.
World War II, President Franklin D. Roosevelt. under the USSR and the Captain Massacre. The United Nations formed for the Cold War, Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established, Mao communist victory in China.
Alright, you guys did bodaciously awesome. I can't wait for next week's videos, and I can't wait to be seeing some of your presentations. Until then, this is Miss Staggers, out.